So get ready, as our plane is going to be taking to the west side here, but going vertically from south to north. And we have the drops go down. Going to be a little bit more difficult here for the Eastern teams to try and get over there, but it's not too bad. Froz, take it away, my friend.
The Eastern teams that will have problems with this will be Tornado, Avangard, and TSM. They're going to go far east, and they're all going to be going for the same vehicles, more or less. So it's going to be hard for them. We might see someone drop towards military base, the North Road there, try to get the vehicles from there, take the East Bridge up. Say, Alliance, though, really good playing if they would go military base, but from the look of it, they're going to go West Coast.
Well, Miramar is about early game and rotation. Erangel is about quick loot and communication. We're going to see a lot of great stuff in the last circles. Who can forget about the past, choose a next game up mentality, and take game, the new start of the second half by storm.
All right, thank you very much, gentlemen. Time to head over to our commentary team for Erangel. Are you guys excited? It's the Sims and the D-Man.
Very much, guys. Yes, and something that I don't know whether the desk actually mentioned it or not is this is the first map of Erangel that they've actually played at all, because there was no scrim on this one for these guys. Correct. So this is totally new, and we're already seeing Alliance, of course, who everybody expected on Sosnovka, flippity-flopping in because Avangard have gone into military base, which means Alliance are now going up to Severny, looks like, where Alpachinki goes. We're already seeing these clashes. We expect something similar to this, and that is a Southern Circle. It's not too bad circle, actually, to be fair. Looks like it's going to be plumbing around the central sort of fields area. Sounds standard, I guess, in the hills.
Yeah, 10 to 15% water with the mass being on the main head of Erangel. Now, the one thing here for Alliance, this is super, super important, but also super dangerous. They've done a 2-2 split. Two of them are going to be left at the bottom, T-Bone and Michael will have to come back. I'm already hearing shots up. The remainder of Alliance are still in the air, so they're actually getting battered still when they don't even have the boots on the ground. That's a massive feels bad, man. They've been completely and utterly forced out of Severny, so that's never a good start, because the more important thing, if you're going to go to someone else's spot, you want to take control and say, no. You want to bully them and say, balls to that, this is ours, you move along. Now they have trash loot. Now they have a mixed bag of places to go. The only kind of option for them is maybe do a rush to Yasnaya. They've got the vehicles, they could bomb it there. No one's actually inside Yasnaya. Juicio, I believe, has fallen off the back of a bike or fallen, rolled it. Yep, it looks like, or is it? Must be a bike somewhere.
Yeah, there's a bike somewhere down the line there, I think.
Alliance can get themselves back. It's very easy to fix this one, right? It's game one. This always happens. You might have somebody pushing one another, so nothing to worry about. Everything's fine. They have the vehicles. They can go do the stuff, and they can work it out next time round. Excuse me. Avanga, as you said, Lee, they've taken military base. That's going to be a staple, I would say, going forward for all of this now. TSM yet to actually find a loot location. They've got the vehicles. They need to kind of figure out where they're going to go now. Frost touched it, and even you said it in the pregame. Anyone running the East Coast is going to have a harder time. Obviously, we don't have any Knights in this, so Mansion, Lipovka area, NIP, that's all going to be open. So is Milta Power, because there's no phase.
And look at Penta. Penta have made the adjustment as well, because they're normally a farm, sort of that sort of team. They've just said, you know, let's just move a little bit towards the west. Let's work that way. Tornado, of course, have gone Milta. Avangard, generally, we expect it to be Milta Power. I like the adjustment from Alliance. They've obviously looked and said, there's already someone bailing. There's already someone going on our island. This is our island. So they have made the adjustment. It is going to be a Kameshik Sauber. And with the circle being way down south, they've kind of just said, okay, let's switch in. We'll just have to be late. They're going to be late rotations.
We agreed they don't have a coach, right?
Alliance, yeah, I don't believe so.
See, that's maybe
you could tell in the body language. We were talking about it at the start. The start of the day, all happy, all smiles, all jovial. They look like, you know, someone had peed on their presents for Christmas or something.
If there's any members of Alliance out there, just ring the boys up after this game and say, look, we're not even halfway, boys.
Yeah, it's the halfway point.
Just keep smiling, keep laughing, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
So many points. I mean, just look at Fenerbahce, right? They're suddenly fifth.
Yep.
They're fifth after that last game. They were way out of there.
And this is also one where a coach would probably turn to them and say, look, OHM went to Yasnaya pretty damn late. They weren't looking for vehicles. They were looking for another place to actually go. You could say, you can go contest that. You don't have to contest it. You can share it. That's another open spot. So is Lipovka, unless TSM are actually going to advance there. I spoke about your big teams like NIP and other ones, so on and so forth, not been around. G2 are allowed to just sit happy because there's going to be no one bothering them. You will have the northern presence, of course, from 7.
You got Novo, you got... I mean, that's what I thought, right? As soon as I saw Avangard go down there, you could have easily gone Novo. Novo is massive.
This is a map that supports 16 teams very, very well.
Sans Domicile, by the way, the ex-Millennium guys, it's kind of it's the standard 2-2. They do this 2-2 split. Obviously, Toffees was talking about it. Obviously, they go the 2-2 Ruins, Watertown, and 2 sort of go down onto that sort of school. We were trying to discuss what exactly we call it. It's just the apartments, basically, south of, not the apartments. I'm not talking the apartment blocks. I'm talking about the little compounds outside of school, to the south of school. Crew Koski actually has gone out to get that crate. I wasn't sure anyone was going to see that crate, but rotation's already beginning. We're out at the 5-minute mark. Of course, this is the beauty of Erangel. Teams know exactly where they're going. They're getting there early. G2, who did have the entirety of South Georgia themselves, rotating already. They're probably so happy to be on this map at last.
If anyone would have gone Gatka, they would have been laughing now. It would have been great, but G2 are already on the move. They've taken the southerly side of GOPO, so Georgia Paul gets that. They'll be able to now move along, and because they're one of the first out of the plane, so to speak, and one of the first into the circle, they can kind of do whatever they want. They can take up the prime position. Right now, you're looking towards the Gatka V or the ditches or the trenches, whatever the hell you want to call it, a bit further afield. You have all the side compounds. Longwoods is also going to be a good one. That's just up from Ferry Pier. Obviously, that's still central. The water's there. You would expect it to go towards the mainland, but we don't have any land ratio yet until Circle 4, so
this could be tricky.
Anything could actually happen, but there is players lingering and lurkingly, and there's 2 teams that they're actually going to smash into.
Okay, so they've peeled just over the river, so they're thinking, okay, let's just go in there. If they'd have carried on, Jokers were at the garage. You can see there are 2 of them here, and there's 2 of them up on the hill there, so certainly would have gone that way. They're actually very close to Crew as well. Obviously, Crew were in and around Primorsk. They've come up from Primorsk and sort of around the Ferry Pier area, because at the moment, that's kind of like this central clustered point. This could be a pretty big deviation circle. We expect it to go north and into the mainland of Erangel, probably not down to Sosnovka itself, which will put a lot of the compounds in and around the hillside sort of area, almost towards the swampland as well, I guess you could say, towards the north side of Quarry, I think, which is where G2 look like they're posting themselves. Gamers Legion, they've had a great morning, and it's absolutely worked out for them. They had I think it was about a 7th place finish in the last matchup, but they've got the chicken dinner in game number 1 with an 18-kill game. That's launched them up to 4th place on the table. The former Loot Goblins, they performed very well in Erangel as well. And for once, it's Sans Domicile that are not going to go down in the early rotations. They are the ones that catch himself a shot. They were trying to push the compound. Aldo might get himself a second here. Mumino gets through the door, but look at this. They're just sending it in there. Oh, he had to go for the reload. Didn't have the extended.
Lovely compound they've got themselves in. It's harder to actually breach this one, which I'm actually quite impressed that they've managed to advance a lot closer in. Zyphon will find Calamor. That's an easy kill for him. Excuse me, Calamdor. Down he goes. An easy finish. Now the push can come further. Fenerbahce, as I've been pronouncing it wrong, I do apologise. Fenerbahce, 2 players in the farm compound further afield. Steph now 50% HP, they got themselves back up. But back to this fight, it's not easy to do because 7, you've got these little porthole windows inside the top of the barns. They're really easy to peel out, but more importantly, they're really easy to get a res if you do go down. Obviously, you have to be aware of nades because once they go up there, it's such an open, grounded area, but you can't just bail down the stairs. Dink, dink, and hide. THZ gets a couple of warning shots there. That's the 16 and the 6 times on the back. Still a bloody good gun. It's not the best AR in the game when it comes to spraying, but certainly long range. If you don't have a sniper rifle, wang a 16 or a 4 in it, and you can make it work.
Some of these, I mean, I understand Sans Domicile probably had a low loot run. They do go for that sort of water town. I'm looking at first aids. Mumino's not got anything. They were North Georgia. It's going to be a plethora of it up there. I just saw THZ there. He had nothing. Otherwise, he's only got the 2 as well. So some of these guys, this is a very early fight for them. You're obviously at the 8 minutes 50 circle, people on the early rotates. But the fact that they're that low on the meds already is fairly worrying for them in this engagement.
You know what that is? That's a panic rotate. That's, oh, Christ, guys, look at where the circle is. I want to go get middle before anyone else does.
And from North George, actually, that's a tough rotate sometimes.
It is, but you would expect them to stay there a little bit longer. You can play this late game because everyone will go central. You could play Gatka, you play Hillside. There's so many places you can actually go off the back of that. You should be tanked up. You should be pretty much geared completely. And as you mentioned, it was looking a little bit of a drought over there when it came to meds. They've already lost 1 individual player. Depending on what else they've got in terms of, scopes, level 1s, level 2s, all that should be absolutely fine. Max is having fun. He fancies going back over to military because he knows it's clear. Yeah, he might as well. It's going to be level 3s all the way. And
that was a long-range shot.
The kid's is a banging sniper, so stick an MK-14 in his hand, he's going to hit the world.
D-Mash just came from the garage up to the hills of Pachinki, that shot. Landed that. That's a decent shot on him. Oh, speaking of shots, Tornado. What is going on? Looking at the yellows, they pulled up. Well, Brexico's going to finish off that one. Camcat and Compot both going down. DMA5 will flush out the kill. But that is Tornado Energy Battle, who did so well on Miramar. They've been fairly well decent in the points. They're up in the top 6, I believe. But they have been caught out by the team that was #1 at the start of the day. Had a very rough, I would say, first 2 rounds on Miramar this morning. But they're a confident team. They know they have the points, so they can just go about their business. Now they're in their bread and butter. Penta have always been good on Erangel, and we expect them to do well here.
Try and tap away as Melman knows he needs to stay alive. Warning shots come further as both of them do split. One goes well the one way, one will fly the other. That's fine. Down at 50% there, so you might as well get the emergency backups wherever you like and just go and hunker down and hope for a placement. Mumino's pushing up. Going to try and keep a defense on this. Remember, SDF did, unfortunately, with the victim to losing one individual player. But now, next team getting tagged up from several different angles, and that's a silenced SLR kicking off in the background. D-Mash with a 24 and 8 times. Might catch one of Avagar. Oh, the vehicle's rolling back. Might catch him, you know. Be careful, but
what's he doing?
It's boxed him in. That's what it's done.
Got him. He ran over him. He ran over him.
It boxed him in. There were nowhere to go. Down he goes. Swalker probably going to be acting as scout here, trying to find some more land mass for the rest of Isuba, but they're forced back. They're in a good position. I don't mind it. Outside of the Gag field, you got the little Harry Potter and all the surrounding. There's a couple of buildings at the back, level 2 stacks.
There we go.
They're absolutely formidable. Should you get the circle, which they haven't, it's just outside.
Yeah, it's...
excuse me, they are.
Relatively central circle. It's not too bad. Does mean most of the teams that had posted center are still in a decent spot. Obviously, you've got the teams coming in late, like Alliance and OHM, looking for the compounds over on the eastern side of the circle. TSM just going to actually go through Pachinki. Risky play at the best of times. X-Team finding Wacko there as he tried to get himself a shack sorted out. G2, they were on the western side. They're sending it early and they're going to try and make the mad dash across the fields. This is where panic starts to set in as teams go looking for some sort of semblance of a home. But the G2 looks like heading straight into Penta.
Yeah, they're all crashing into these Yellow Cliff compounds. There's a farm area around there that's going to be an absolute fortification should you be able to get your hands on it. And it looks like Penta's already set up on the backside. There's so many players. They're actually crashing in. G2 versus Penta could be the fight in the kill feed. You need to keep your eyes on. SDF, they're going to fall victim to this battle that's still going on here versus 7. They committed to it. They didn't want to back off. Then again, there weren't really many places they could go without a vehicle. But all of a sudden, everybody's just starting to centralize along the main road. It's like a yin and yang symbol. When we look at the circle, it cuts it off in 2. All while this is going down, Alliance are happy because everyone that moves closer inland keeps the outskirts open.
It's left Pachinki. Pachinki split now. TSM went down to the south side, and Game and Legion have actually moved into the north side of Pachinki. Isuba also close by. OHM, we saw them coming in, rotating late. Can't speak. Late.
Close enough.
They are the far eastern team, the most eastern team in there. Penta have got this really awkward split at the moment. They're just going to rejoin themselves. OHM getting lit up on the hillside by G2 as well. SLRs in action there. You can see this cluster of teams. Avangard, they came over the river fairly early on from Sosnovka. They've got themselves a decent spread. And actually, Onoctiv looks like he's trying to sneak around to the back of the yellows as well. OHM, everybody's got themselves the ditch. Everybody knows how to play Erangel. They've all been in this situation, so they know how to keep vehicles safe from what angles.
The cliff faces are a really good position to be in, but you do have to have the circle in your favor. Because, all right, there's nobody behind you, and you also have a mass ditch, and nades tend to just roll off the edge, to be honest. It's a good place, but then when the circle shifts away from you, all those cliffs now where Penta are and where G2 are hanging around, it's a complete open firing range. So provided that you can actually get a hold of them, provided the circle goes your way, it's fine. But again, with the land ratio incoming in circle 4, it always moved inland, so you have to be careful.
Both trying to scout for this. Both Freekill and Hamster were trying to scout for this compound just to the south of Pachinki, that little outside compound. It's a strong compound. Looks like Freekills is the one that's took the balls and got in there. Hamster kind of passed on by, and now TSM are lighting up. So Isuba looks like Zupa is going to regroup his forces. Wow. Fenerbahce all inside a single shack, along with Melman, of course, for Tornado Energy Battle. Penta still got this awkward split. Brexico making a really deep south rotate away from the G2, they don't want to get in there. You can see the 3 members of Penta there. G2 holding the hillside, and Brexco just going to sit and wait it out. So we've seen there is a number of ditches in and around, and teams like Zuktat Nam taking this 2-2 split wisely, I think, because we know it will pull away from water eventually. It's looking like it's going to be most likely South Pachinki. This is going to sort of center around at the moment. We'll see, of course, where it goes. But 15-minute mark, most teams safe. Not too many lost in the early rotations.
I'm stunned Isuba's been allowed to take that.
Where is Set going? Set.
I'm looking here. I think he's just panicking and just wondering what's going on.
Like, why is he going at the 50-second mark? Why are you sending it on a bike now? Like, now he's going back to his team. What an absolute waste. I wonder how much damage has just been done to that bike by this random run.
I can kind of understand it if they're just trying to get a feel of where teams are and where it's possible to go to next. They might be under so much pressure that they're panicking a little bit and wondering, okay, what's the state of play, boys? Where do we go? Do we fall back? Because they can fall back. They won't be able to when the next circle comes in, but they can do it for now if they want to. No one really has to take anything major or do anything stupid. Just chill. You got a couple of seconds, 15 to be precise, and then you'll be able to decide what happens next. Evanger are creeping very slowly along the ridgeline. Brexico's still holding it in case it swings this way. It still can do it. That's why his teammates are also hunkering down opposite side of him. OHM, the one interesting thing is if it goes to the east. It doesn't. It goes 50-50 now.
South.
We know for a fact, Lee, with the next circle, it's going to shift in with the land. So this now, by Penta holding point and G2, they have the prime territory. That's a really good split that they've done because Brexico can sit here. If they need to bail to him, they can just run the vehicles,
and these fields,
chuck them on the cliffs and chill.
You can see where Tornado Mailman is right now. Alpachinki probably going to crash around here. There is not a lot. This is a big open field. So really, the prime real estate, like you say, where G2 are on that hill, actually will be fairly exposed. Mailman gets himself outplayed down, shuts the door quick, gets a little spray down. He's got time for a reload. Got to be careful those nades don't come through. Continuing to get a little spray there. Really making a work of this one at the moment. They're making a right old meal of it.
Someone's died outside as well.
Finally get down. Avangar, Azrin's actually caught him in the back there. So that has cost them dearly. Now the rotate's coming. Everybody's sending it down south. TSM moving. Isuba moving. Isuba getting the shack. TSM have to quickly apply the brakes. But they're going to go for the same little ditch that G2 are just over the top of. Siphon's going to get a peek over the top here. Penta are in the distance. A nade could be huge. That's going to come down the hill, but it's a really poor nade. I don't know how he threw that one. Did he try and underhand it there? I'm not too sure. Velen's going to get a peek. There's the second nade. That should get a lot closer. Velen's going to launch it. It gets on them. Turtle and Gustav goes down. The second nade came down the hill as well. Alliance getting picked off meanwhile by Isuba as they come in. Molman doing as much work as he can. Fenerbahce trying to send it through. They get caught out. Alliance and Fenerbahce right on top of one another. But G2 have lost 2 here with Velen down. They've already lost 1 in the rotate. Fenerbahce and Alliance, I can see they're right on top of each other. Molman's got them right on his door. Everybody else. So Gamer Legion, long, slow rotate to the north. The Molly coming around the side. Zonk in the end does the job and will take them down and nearly with a nade of his own. Kills himself.
So Alliance, unfortunately, and Fenerbahce, they find one another inside the little shack and there's not really room to breathe. They've both got players still in the game. Is he going to go for the... All right, he's going to the random smoke if they have to. The emergency smoke's ready. He just pull up and drop it and just hope to God they can't see. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. It's like running with a pan in your hand. Just defend that one bullet that might straight hit you.
Ooh, I'm not sure about the position they pulled up on, though. Zuktat Nam's going to have a decent angle on them.
Is Penta now shooting at... Yes, they are. Penta's now shooting at TSM, so they've got to fight on both angles. 3 European teams in a 3-way. One uphill, one down.
Oh, God.
Kill cam. Right-hand side, Lee.
He's going straight in towards Isuba G2. He's ended up... Oh, no, it's a wooden shack of all things. Oh, and he's caught out. That car's going to get lit up in a second. Anyone take a pot shot at it would finish the job. Yeah, the shack's getting lit up. Outlaws just going to back away from this one. Steph's going to try and crawl away from it and hope. But meanwhile, the North, Gamer Legion actually looks like they're going to have themselves a decent hillside. I'm surprised nobody else went for that. Ooh, THC sneaking in behind Zuktat Nam.
Patience for a second. That's okay. But the northern edge of this circle is absolutely littered. 4? Yep, 4 teams in total. SDF, Zen, 7GL, all looking down the barrel one another. SDF might be able to open up something here. They'll definitely hear these footsteps, so they know exactly where each one is now. THC just biding his time and opting to take a different route. I'm okay with that rather than just running in because there are multiple players in there. They'll just murder him as he goes flying around the corner. But he can give the signal that people are there, but the signal might not be enough. He's down, probably dead. 50% players here. It's going to be a rough one because they're so sporadic and so spread. There ain't really much you can do, and I'll make good of that, to be honest.
7 and Gamer Legion up in the north here. Going to catch on a Mac and Dark around the side. Hamster coming out of the blue behind them, which actually could be pivotal. The problem is that Zucht and Nam are going to get drawn towards these shots. Bjorn around the side. There goes Hamster out the blue into the white. And Mumino, don't know where he's really going to run. Edelweiss, the other side, he gets caught out. Timber comes over with a nade. And Hamster just looking for that final man. Mumino in the road. But he's got to be careful. Zucht and Nam are going to be looking at this. But no, they're actually looking to rotate away because the next circles come in. And they're already on the move. That nade was great. Yep,
that's it. Simple as that. GG. Nailing Coffin. 7 go down. 16th place. And you know what? This is exactly how GL won their game on Miramar, by sending one player off on his own to be like ahead of the curve, to get angles on people, then call them out. Fantastic work once again, reading the circles perfectly. I really like the 3-1 split.
G2 realized this hill is just too dangerous. They've got out of it. They've gone down to yellows. The yellows are in the next circle. TSM's valiant, I think is probably safe to say, run or brave run into that ditch has actually worked out. They're now central. The rest of the teams, though, the CIS region, crew down there, Avantgarde, Jokers, Tornado, all out to the western side, need to make this, well, really, frankly, nowhere to go push into the east. I don't know where they're going to end up. Avantgarde maybe going to run the coastline. That's probably the best I can hope for. Buyaki takes a peek around the side, does get taken down in the meantime from range from Azran, who finds a second as well. Rupture gets picked off, which just leaves Koski and his teammate to try and get a revive up. Octave's going to get Max Iser well up before they get close.
Yeah, a trade-off from knocking Maxi, getting no points for a knock whatsoever.
Oh, Jokers.
Oh, they're going to get murdered. That's a killing field and a half. Good God.
Literally in the field, a killing field.
There's just one left, right?
Yeah, one more. The nade's coming through as well. Good night. Sweet Jokers. You are done and dusted. Evil's found Dimash in the process as well, so managed to sneak one for Zucht and Nam, who are continuing on the edge there. Well, OHM, they've got themselves a bit of a smoke storm going. They have got themselves a decent position, though.
I remember what I said about the hillside. It's good. It's a nice position. But where in God's name do you go after this?
Yeah.
You're literally running through a field, and Penta are just going to absolutely demolish you.
Oh, they've gone too far. Crew pull up. Avantgarde coming through. This is all an edge of the angle spot. Wow, did he just try and get on his bike in there? He did. Yeah, Octave's not having any of that. That SLR is doing some serious work as the Crew boys are continuing to trade blows with Avantgarde.
Up and over. Molly's to the right-hand side as well. More nades. How are you alive?
Oh, God.
Oh, no. Oh, no. The fire, the nades, the explosions, the death.
Where did they get all those HE nades? My word. X-Team goes down as well. That's Crew down in 14th. Tornado will be going down in 13th as well, just behind them. And Avantgarde, still with 4 alive, are going to get into those yellows untouched.
249, but more importantly, level 3s are in abundance. The light machine gun, it'd be a good job to pick up, especially in Erangel. Vehicles and teams, you can just whack a red dot on that thing and absolutely murder people left, right, and center. It's a big boy gun, but it is out in the open. It could be a little bit of bait. If you go too far, TSM will happily take full advantage. GL now, they'll have to move after this one unless they get the hardest shift of all time. The circle would literally have to be on them. Same for Zen as well. Otherwise, they're all coming down. Generally speaking, the rest of the teams, they should be all sitting happy. Maybe not a Vanga. Definitely not OHM. Again, you're all begging for a hard shift. It does kind of go their way, but it keeps a lot of people still inside. However, most of the teams are to the southly, and they're all... it's open ground. It's going to be a field there.
Yeah, Gaming Legion and Zucht and Nam look to engage. OHM got to make a really tough push here. Brexco's going to try and basically give the information for the rest of his team. He's well split from the team. He's well aware that OHM are over there. Avantgarde trying to crawl and climb the rocks as best they can. Moleman actually has been downed. Alpachinki have pushed his shack. We didn't catch on the stream, but he has just pushed in there. So that's Alliance going down in 12th. So still another woeful performance for them. Brexco catches them in that crossfire and gives all the information relayed to the rest of the Penta guys over in the compound. And oh, he's got to be careful he doesn't get taken down. My word, he's got nothing left of his health, but he survives.
I'll be calling all these out. I mean, that right there is, in my opinion, 68 points for his team. It should be clear cut. Excuse me, 48 points can't add up today. Yeah, all right. 60. I don't know.
The vehicle's rolling away. Eki, roll. Game of Legion. This is the battle for the north, right? And it's Game of Legion that are coming out on top at the moment. Again, the crossfire down. Timber just going to try and spray up that smoke and catch them out there. And actually could benefit them because they could be gaining some vehicle cover fire. OHM, we talked about them. Brexico on that little backstab, working out wonders for them, while the rest of Penta give him all the support he needs. Meanwhile, Avangard have pushed up into the yellows. They're going to be creeping up onto G2 and the back of Isuba very soon, but we're seeing OHM getting picked apart here, and Gamer Legion looking to finish off the rest of Zen.
It's because Brexico actually pushed them. You might see a few more. Yeah, he can do indeed in the kill feed. Brexico's just coming in the back lines and completely wiped them out. So that's 64 points going in the way of Penta just by holding the ground. Zen, they're completely wiped out also by GL. They go down in 10th, and now we're into single digit. Grenade goes off. Snoopy finds one. Halu, he's also gone. That's the last player there for Sam's Domico.
Snoopy? Did he?
Oh, he's heard him now.
He did. I'm gonna say he's just knocked that guy and not even looked in the shack. Just carried on. Just hopped up on the barrel, ignored the fact that he's around the side there and carried on fighting. Anuctive has been knocked. Free kill comes crawling around the side. Oh no! He switched his weapon. He gets flushed out. That's gotta suck.
Rest of his team trying to lob a nade if he kills this vehicle before they get the nades off. He's somehow alive.
Azra's got him. Azra's got around the side. Avangard, they're down to 1, and he's going to get picked off. This is Fenerbahce from the side. BSD doing the job and picking up, well, I think 16 points, 32 points maybe for his team there. Out in the shack, it is Max Sizer, suddenly the last man standing for Avangard, who were looking so solid in a 4-man push. Brexico, meanwhile, flanking around. He could be such a pivotal player for Penta because now he's getting eyes on TSM. The circle goes that way. TSM are going to be looking towards Penta. They're not going to be aware of Brexico sneaking behind them.
But they're in such a position that they, I mean, you can look even by the arrows we can see on the map. One's looking uphill, 2 are looking down. And it all depends which way Penta go. If they push into them, they're going to have problems. But they actually might take out Gamer Legion and take their position. There'll be much more cover, I think, for them that side than they will be trying to run into an aggressive TSM. They can't get an eyeline on them, that's the problem. Trying to get an eyeline in this position leaves them exposed from behind and Gamer Legion to attack. So the only way you can get TSM is by exposing your back. My
worry for TSM is they are in this ditch. Penta have not used any utility yet. They have a plethora of nades to just toss in there, like we saw with G2 obviously earlier on.
And if Brexico does the same as what he did with Oyen over in the corner, he becomes a nuisance, pushes them from one angle, distracts them, and then the rest of Penta just come down and absolutely batter TSM from above.
Yeah, Brexico, the problem for Brexico is he can't push in. We just saw it with, I think it was Timber that was engaged in him. Gamer Legion are kind of like the anchor at the moment, the pivot that's going to delay Penta in pushing on TSM. They do have vehicles, they're sending it. So Penta are going to go around in the vehicles. You can see Chris on the bike. There's 2 of them actually on that bike as well. Kane going around. Then they're going straight towards Steven. Steven's just the other side along with Zyphon. I think Brexico's about to bump into him. It's off in the distance. Now we're going to see Steven down low. He gets Brexico. Can he flush it out as well? Got to finish him, get the points because he's not going to have another chance. Doesn't matter. Chris peeks around and they should be safe. The blue is on his back. I'm not too sure whether they're going to be able to get the revive. No, they're going to ignore him. Brexico's just going to try and crawl in as best he can as TSM get back in the ditch. Gamer Legion send it into the crater. They've gone the other side of the ditch from TSM. TSM backing away from this one, realizing they have to deal with the danger of Penta.
Yeah, they're going to move up as a team. Oh, bang, bang. Okay, you head in, fam. Oh, no, he goes down. Should be an easy res, given the fact that there is smoke out, but it all depends. Nades. Oh, actually, saying that, Kent's now been knocked, so that's 2 down from Penta. That's a feels bad, man. Otherwise, they could have advanced on this one and maybe tried to attack them. Rory's also getting aggressive. You can see Timber. They're running in now because that's where exactly they know what's going down and how things are going to unfold in this ditch here. Rory, though, finds one. Doesn't get the finish through. You see, all of a sudden, Chris now stepping in. This is just an absolute plethora of murder from behind. Gustav goes down. Wookie Bookie gets finished. Penta strike back at the right time. Rory between a rock and a hard place. He's in a rough condition here. 2 teams, 1 in front, 1 in the back. Oh, that was just a shame for TSM, but teams just trying to benefit from this at the moment. Chris, are you really sniping with an M249? You know, it's at this range, this circle, the M249 with the fire rate will absolutely demolish all of these players if he gets any line of sight on them.
Well, the circle has gone this way, so this is very much the battle for control, because outside of it, G2 with just the one player, Zyphon, Usubu with just free kill alive, Fenerbahce with BSD alive, and Alpachinki with 2 living the Shaq dream at the moment as they have to make the move. Everybody's got to push towards him. Gamer Legion, 4 alive, looking to take their second chicken dinner of the day here, but Penta are hungry for chicken. This question is, can they pick it up? He's got an angle on Rory. Tap, tap, tap. Forces him away, just trying to get the butt shot there as he tries to get a creep around the side. Now the Gamer Legion try and peek across towards it. Chris doesn't want any of it.
Yeah, it's a matter of...
Zyphon's flush breaks go.
Oh, has he pushed him through? Okay, so it depends if Rory gets saved by this. I'd expect Makendak to see him. Oh, dear. They're actually focused on this fight above. TSM's eliminated 7th place. There you go. Finally, Hamster does see him, so... Gamer Legion pushes through. They managed to set this ditch what they were looking at, or at least clean it out, so now it gives them a clean sweep at Penta. 2 versus 4, I believe, and they're just owning this side of the map. 1 go down in the hut. You can see there the res does come off. Now they can look on back and see the rest of the remnants of all these teams scattered to the wind. All these solo players get up, free kill. Otherwise, you're going to be a free kill for the blue. Zyphon.
Okay, free kill got it eventually. And that's Alpachinki coming across. So G2 down in 6th. They're going to get picked off. Free kill goes down as well. He's super out in 5th. Alpachinki going to go down in a 2nd as well, as Gamer Legion look to take themselves another chicken dinner for the day. Fenerbahce in 4th place, by the way, but it's all down to Penta 2v4. But Chris has got this MT49. It's possible.
He does, and he's got level 3 gear. So he can take a few bullets.
Look at the push. Look at the push. They're rushing it.
They might as well. 4 versus 2 get stuck in, but you don't want to get lined up too much, because otherwise this thing will rip you in 2. Makendak over on the other extension. Pushes in. Finds 1. There's the initial. Then it moves into a 4 versus 1. This should be GG. Oh, he's answering back, though. He's knocked 2.
He's got 2 down. Timber peeks around the side. Oh, he's going to get flanked around the side. Tries to go for it. Oh, he nearly landed it, you know. I think he actually landed it. If I look at the
He got a knock, didn't he?
He did. Chris got the knock. It was Timber around the side.